Right, we're just looking at a couple of bits and pieces we picked up today. Now it's dark outside, so tomorrow we'll do a little bit more information. But there's some very nice, very commercial looking plugs, I can tell you. This is a PTZ controller, normally used for cameras, etc. Don't mind my knife. And of course, what they're doing is they're doing azimuth and elevation. And you might say, well, how do they do that with this bloody winch up mast? Well, it's a good question. And to do it with this, they have probably about 50 meters of cable or something here. I don't know, might be a little bit more actually, with this connector. I'm just drawing out some things, got a little bit damp, just some drawings and bits and pieces. I was going to not do this till tomorrow, and something just said to me, there's a couple of things I saw, boxes like this, where I thought, why have they got a PCZ controller sitting with this tower system? And it got my mind sort of thinking, let's go have a bit of a look. So let me show you a couple of bits, but then this is a very short video. Tomorrow we'll do a bit more. Okay, so some of this is a little bit hard to see. Hang on, let me bring that light out a bit. There's one of Riley's shoes. Riley's about a size 11 or 10.5 or something now. Something like that, size 11 I think. Size 11 shoe. Here's part of the gin pole arrangement that hooks onto the tower. So at some stage, I did say tomorrow. I doubt tomorrow we'll do a video on putting this up. I thought about that. But interesting. But the more interesting bit, let me find it, was what I was going to say. Now, I've never seen one of these before. Now, let's have a little bit of a close study. Number one, it's bloody heavy. You've got actuators here that'll allow the tilt mechanism, and you've obviously on the bottom got a turn mechanism that turns it as well. So, sorry, I'm just moving a bit easier to get to. On the back, all there is just basically the fact it's run by 24 volts DC. And but look at the hefty size of this thing. There's the size of my hand. Now check out, this is a very heavy beast, and we want to know more about it, absolutely. But I think the more I'm looking at it, it's basically an elevation azimuth style rotation device. But we'll find out a bit more about this particular unit. But if in fact the mast was to sit on top of this, and this was just to make up for any ground imperfections on your mounting, then it's a hell of a lot of money versus finding a nice spot to put your mast. Anyway, so that's the Position It, which I've never seen before, by Burt. This was manufactured mid 2015. It shipped in 2016, and I got confirmation from the defence guys that they didn't use them, which looks like it. Everything you look at, you think, okay. Anyway, a very quick look at the stuff outside, but look, that's only tomorrow. If I get a chance, I'll try and do a few more better shots of it, and potentially get some better shots of the mast, etc. So, like I had 7 photos to work off, and I got to tell you, it was a bit of a challenge just trying to work out what everything was. And then there's been surprises like these, Position It units. So interesting. All right. If you know more about them, put notes in the comments. I'm just learning as I go on this one. Oh, and this is the big box that the Position It unit came in. So they definitely allow a lot of foam to make sure that it travels well, etc. So yeah, that was just well, you can just see why all the components of this mast take up so much space. Okay, as you can see, quite dark outside, but this system is made up of 9 bags full of lots of bits and pieces. All these are plastic wrapped and have never been out of their plastic wrap. This one here has actually got a whole lot of fiberglass tubes in it, so where they fit and what they do, we'll find out. Check out the winch here. I mean, this is a nice winch, sort of, it really is. And then they've got, oh, hang on, sorry, work better. This is obviously part of the mounting for the tower base. The they've got this big frame here, which would be part of the gin pole erection to get the thing up in the air. There's a whole lot of more supports and guy supports over there, more bags and bits and pieces, etc. This will be a much better video in daylight, won't it? But I just had to do it. I just thought, oh, you know what? I've struggled to get this bloody thing here today, and it's been a struggle. I tell you, I was out of energy. But this is another winch winder, and that there is a big roll the stuff goes onto. Get this, they even supply not one sledgehammer. They've even got a rock breaker and like a splitter on the other side. But over here we find the second one. So we're going to have to call this not the one-man tower, but the two-man tower. But as you can see, look, lots of bits and pieces. That plate there is a heavy plate. Hang on, I'll just kick this off here so you can see it a bit better. But this has a lot to do with how you would be staking this down, putting your pole into here, using the gin pole arrangement. By the way, you don't need 4 guys to bring this whole thing up. It can be done with probably a couple of guys, I reckon. But hey, that's just what I'm reading. We'll see. And one last thing I'll have a bit of a look at, hang about. I'm not sure how it's going to go because I have to lift this as I'm doing this by myself as per usual. But here we go. Hang on. So the tower just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. And it's about 6 meters of sections, and then we've got multiple sections internal. The whole thing running out of energy. Right. But this is the box. Maybe if I show you, this is my 6 meter car trailer. This is my 7 meter box. So 6 meter car trailer, 7 meter box. We were a little bit, let's just say Rob Marshall came to the rescue with some nice bits of orange to chuck on the end when I was in Albury, so I didn't travel illegally. We got about, I reckon we got about 1,200 overhang. So Brendan Bryant, you'll have to tell me, you're the one that knows from the axles back. We're probably 1,200 mil, and roughly we're about, I suppose 3 meters to the center. So we're 1,200 over. Actually, we might have been illegal. Righto. Let's not talk about that. Okay, well, we'll get more of this as we have a bit of a play, and we'll give you a bit of an idea what everything is. Comes with all its professional toolkits. Never been used, any of this. Look at the size of these clamps. These are big clamps. These are just meant for, you know, probably a little bit more than what we're going to use it for. So anyway, if we use it, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if anybody's got, you know, has worked with one of these a bit more, you'll probably be somebody that's been in defence and seen them, you know, in situ. I've seen smaller ones, but not this big. I've never seen a 30 metre. This is why I bought it. I just thought, I want to see one. Now, must be a lot easier ways to see one, but I went the hard way and bought it. Although it seemed easy at the time. Okay, yep, so I think you've seen enough. It's interesting, and I reckon it's a good point to cut it there and say we'll get more information to you very soon about what the hell it is we've bought. If you need to look it up, it's Burt, WILLBURT.com, and you're looking for the portable towers. Oh, this is the 30 metre design. There's a part number I should be able to give you. I'll put it in the comments what the part number is, just so that you've got that as well. All right, tomorrow, I'm not lifting that off my hand, I can tell you. That can come off with me forks. So we'll just basically use the forks, pull it out on the bottom corner right there till it hits the ground over here, and then we'll just come in the middle, pick it up, and we'll be right. All right, well, I'm losing focus here because this is not what we do normally. Nighttime videos, my goodness. And you might ask, you know, like it's probably 4 degrees out here. What are you doing outside at this time of night? Just had to. 73s from VK3 Charlie Mike JDW229. It was a great day today. Mainly because I just for those following my health, which I know, I really appreciate all the letters of support and emails and bits. But let me say today was a good day, and it's day 3 of 3 straight days. So let's just keep hoping it's all for the better. Saw the surgeon today, big thumbs up. So we're moving forward. Anyway, thanks for all your support. I really do appreciate it. I don't like talking about my health much on YouTube, But you know what? Some of you guys have asked some questions and bits, and you know what? See, I suppose you're all good, mate. So that's, and I'm sure you've all been in the same spot sometimes where your health has let you down a bit. And yeah, that's about all there is to it. 73s, all the best, and please subscribe. Absolutely. I get told that I don't ask you to subscribe enough, and I do appreciate those that do subscribe. It's really good to see. 73s. Cheers.